Hey everyone, this is Michael with the general reading for Cancer Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the month of November 2019. Hello and welcome whether you are watching for yourself or cross-watching for another individual with Cancer placements. I do apologize, I'm getting to you all a little bit late. I know you're the last video, it's nothing personal. To be fair, I actually did try recording your video last night. I recorded for over 40 minutes, and for some reason my camera only decided to keep the last two. Don't really know what happened there, so I do apologize. I guess Mercury retrograde didn't want me putting out those messages for all of you. I'm going to trust that this is the correct reading for you for this month, Cancer. I do want to thank all of you who have supported me with your likes, shares, comments, and subscribes. It does allow me to continue putting out these messages for all of you. We recently just had the 25,000 subscriber giveaway on my Instagram a few weeks ago. Emily won a free 60-minute reading with me, so congratulations to her. We have since nearly risen to 30,000 subscribers, so quite the jump, which was especially crazy given I didn't even put out the mid-monthly readings last month. I was actually sick. Thank you all who sent me your healing energy and well wishes. I really felt it and appreciated it. But it was just crazy that we ended up jumping that much and very surprising. But thank you. So there may very well be another giveaway coming very soon. Keep your eyes peeled for that if you missed out on the last one or you just didn't win. I will also be doing some deals as well, so follow me, subscribe, follow me on all of my social media if you're not already. I have all of my links for my social media platforms where I'm posting blogs, pick a card readings, and general cards for the collective on Instagram. And I also have links for personal readings, Reiki sessions, and donations for those of you who feel so called. I do also have limited availability for November, so if you are looking to get a reading with me for this month, I absolutely recommend getting that now rather than later because my schedule, it's quite full. I'm actually participating in National Novel Writing Month, so I'm going to be spending a lot of my time writing. If you are also participating in National Novel Writing Month, I actually linked my profile in the description box down below so we can be writing buddies. We can cheer each other on. Honestly, I haven't been so good about updating my NaNoWriMo profile with my word count. I really don't like the setup they've done this year. I think it's really bad. I'm actually doing it for the third year in a row. But I'll be tending to that once I'm done with these general readings. Once I'm done with you, Cancer, we're good to go. But yeah, if you want to follow me, if you want to track each other's progress, I have that link in the description box as well. Now, for those of you who are new to my channel, I do like to start off with a brief astrological energetic report for the month. I recognize not everyone is interested in that though, so if you would like to just skip ahead to the tarot reading, I will invite someone to leave a comment in the comment section down below with a timestamp that skips ahead straight to the cards. I do find that the tarot and astrology often complement one another very well. However, I also have an astrological forecast blog, again in the description box, that lists all of the dates and the specific aspects and transits that are going to be happening, as well as a little write-up for each of those, so you can kind of get a sense of the energy even if you don't know much about astrology. I personally find it really helpful. I actually reference my own blog throughout the month as well, and I hope you find it helpful too. I do apologize. My voice is getting a little raspy. I've done a lot of recording. I do feel like Mercury retrograde, starting off this month, it's kind of leading to a lot of intensity for a lot of people, especially being in the sign of Scorpio. It's not just the normal Mercury retrograde where it's like all of these delays. It's like people's emotions are also heightened as a result of its placement. One moment, sorry. And what's interesting when Mercury goes retrograde in a water sign, I really do feel like it increases intuition for the collective as well. Psychic abilities increase, they enhance, and it's interesting because we don't necessarily trust our intuition during Mercury retrograde, or we don't really understand it fully. We don't know why we feel a certain way about something, we just do. really pay attention to your intuition, especially as we have all of these trines with Neptune in Pisces, between all the planets in Scorpio. And November is honestly just, it's a really interesting month. I feel like there's a lot of review, there's a lot of reflection, and a lot of thinking that is going on for this month. There's a lot of thinking about the past and the ways that we may have sabotaged or not lived up to our potential, and then kind of looking forward, looking into the future, trying to figure out where we're going from here, especially relative to like career and life purpose stuff with all the aspects between Scorpio and Pluto and Saturn in Capricorn. So there's a lot of energy that's really lending itself for us to transform, for us to change, for us to rise to power, but it feels more like planning phase as opposed to executing things. Now, because the energy is so intense, I think the full moon in Taurus on the 12th is a really good time to ground yourself if you're feeling overwhelmed by this energy. It's also a good time to let go of any beliefs that might be preventing you from stability or security or abundance, because Taurus is about all of those things. And once the full moon starts to wane, it's the perfect time to release something, to let something go. So definitely ground on that day, spend some time in nature, reconnect with the earth, find some stability there, and start challenging or letting go of whatever beliefs are limiting you towards achieving your own abundance, your own security, your own stability. This is really an interesting month too, because we do have Neptune going direct towards the end of the month on the 27th. Neptune is actually retrograde for half the year, so it might not seem like a big deal when it goes retrograde or direct, but I actually think it is right around those stations, right around the time it changes. That's when we really start to feel its influence. That's when we feel the influence the strongest. Now, Neptune going direct in the sign of Pisces really brings out a lot of escapist tendencies. It can also bring up addictions. So those of you who struggle with addiction, you may have a really strong temptation to relapse. There could also be an easier time defaulting on old behaviors that no longer serve you, old destructive habits. However, this is not something that is guaranteed to happen by any means. We actually have a lot of positive aspects happening with Neptune throughout this month as well. So we have a lot of ability to kind of cement the revelations, the insights that we've been having since Mercury went retrograde several months ago. I want to say it was April. So there really is a lot of potential to pin that down, cement, really commit ourselves to the routines that have been helping us, to committing to the healthy ways that we've been living, or commit now if you haven't been doing it. Ultimately, it is up to us whether we learn the lessons we've been learning, or master the lessons we've been learning since Neptune went retrograde, or if we just slip back into old patterns and invariably have it blow up in our face again when Neptune goes retrograde 6 months from now again. So really the choice is yours. But again, it's really not all bad. This month has a lot of potential to gain really important insight that can serve us. So I hope you use that energy wisely. Again, I do have the astrology blog in the description box down below if you would like more detail. It's much more thorough than this, but I just kind of like to give a frame to this reading. I am curious to see what the cards say for you, Cancer. I wonder how much different this is from the first reading I did for you. Before we actually begin, though, I do want to disclaim that this is a general reading, meaning not all the messages that come through are going to be meant for you specifically. Some of the energy may also come in the reverse, so someone who is showing up in the reading could actually be your own energy, or vice versa. This is especially true if you are cross-watching. If these messages do not resonate very strongly, or you'd like greater clarity, you are more than welcome to check out the videos for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. If you don't know what those are, I have left a natal chart calculator in the description box that can help you figure out those placements. And you can look at your other videos based on those. I do also have the mid-monthly Heart of the Matter readings, which are all timeless actually, if you're looking for advice for a relationship or romance. It really could be any relationship that comes up. Those are timeless, so you're welcome to look at the most recent video for your sign, or you can peruse through the past videos as well and see if anything sticks out at you. Is there anything else? Anything else I'm missing? Don't get too caught up on the gender or zodiac signs of the cards either. It's just the way the energy is being translated most concisely. We are looking at the energy coming into November for you, so this might be stuff that was happening for October, maybe even further back for some of you. This is a general reading, so just take the time frames with a grain of salt. This is just kind of how the energy is flowing for you overall right now, Cancer. Interesting. Ooh. I really do feel like there is this feeling of being blocked energetically. We have the Father of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands with the Magician, and the Justice card. A lot of energy here. Some of you could be dealing with an earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. Strong Virgo energy with the Magician, could also be Gemini. And we do have Libra energy on the table as well. But I feel like Cancer, I'm honestly not getting a great vibe from this Father of Pentacles. It almost feels like oppressive to you, because in your heart we have the Ten of Wands here. We do have the Magician here as well. I feel like you're trying to manifest something. You're trying to put something together. Could be a relationship. Could just be something in your life. But it feels like it's being blocked off. And it feels like it's because of this earth sign. Or perhaps this person who has some sort of authority over you. Could be a boss or an older family member. And with the Justice card here, something seems unfair. I need to pull more clarifiers. Why is the Father of Pentacles here? Show me clearly. Why is the Father of Pentacles here? Mother of Swords. Yeah, so there's a lot of earth and air energy here. You might be dealing with someone who has a lot of earth and air placements. There's a lot of guardedness with this person. I feel like you have a really troubled history. Whoever this person is, regardless of their zodiac sign, it seems like you're very guarded to them. I feel like they're pretty abundant, though. But there's just not any trust here. There's been some really heated exchanges or really sharp words that have been said. This might even be someone you cut out. And again, I do feel like you want to manifest something, but you're just feeling like there's too much burden, there's too much weight around you. Just blockage. And the Justice card. Something's just out of balance here. I need to clarify that. Why is the Justice here? Daughter of Swords. Again, you know, kind of this young, even if this person's older than you, there's a lot of immaturity here. Especially with the way that they express themselves. Some of them just dumped a really big burden onto you. Again, this really isn't feeling so much like romance. It could be for some of you, again, general reading, but it actually feels more like a family member. It feels more like a boss or someone who has some sort of authority above you. I feel like there's just a lot of disconnect. There's no, like, there's definitely hurt feelings, but no one's talking about it, either just because you can't in the circumstance. Maybe they blocked you, or maybe there's a barrier because of, you know, if this is a worker or a boss or something, it's like you can't have that sort of conversation, but there's hurt feelings here for sure. And I feel like someone just said some very careless things, Cancer. And someone's been a little flighty with you as well. Interesting. I'm going to pull an animal card for the past energy here. What is the animal message for Cancer? Firefly. Yeah, someone's been very in and out. The energy's been very in and out. Communication has been on and off. Some of you also need to pay attention to your dreams. I think of Firefly as like that fleeting light, that fleeting vision. You wake up from a dream and it seems so vivid, like there's no way you'll forget it, and then a few minutes later it's gone. If you find yourself having that, write your dreams down as soon as you wake up, because I do feel like there's a message there for you. Your dreams are trying to help you heal or process. And if you're the type of person who doesn't remember your dreams, tell yourself as you're falling asleep that you will. Just say, I will remember my dreams. And it's something like 70% of the time, or there's a 70% greater chance of remembering. I believe that's the number. Don't quote me on that, but I know it. That's a basic technique of what is called dream incubation. And that can help you remember. I feel like the energy is kind of dim. Like you have this light, you do have this magician energy from time to time, you have this really strong power, and then it goes dark. With the Ten of Wands. Interesting. I'm very curious to see what is coming for you for the first half of November, Cancer. What is the message for the first half of November for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Oops. That's too many. One more message, please. Show me clearly. So we do have the Eight of Wands, the Hermit, and the Empress. Some of you definitely are dealing with a Virgo, with the Hermit, Magician, and the Father of Pentacles. Could also be a Taurus, or Libra again, with the Empress. I do feel like there is going to be some communication this month. Something is going to be said. Probably in the first half of November. Could be later for some of you. Might have already happened. But some sudden communication. Some of you might also be getting some unexpected news. Some of you might also be traveling in the first half of November with this Eight of Wands here. whatever it is, it feels like kind of a staunch contrast to almost this stuck energy that you've been feeling or dealing with. Although, Cancer, I do honestly see you being a bit introverted throughout the first part of the month as this hermit energy here. Again, this could be referring to a Virgo as well, maybe someone who's kind of withdrawing from you. But this is really just a time, either way, for you to check in with yourself, to get back in touch with your own inner light, find that wisdom, and meditate. I think that's really, really important for you. But with the Empress showing up in your communication, in your mind, there is more of a willingness to be vulnerable on someone's part. Maybe you're a little distrustful of it. Maybe this other party is a little distrustful because they tried opening up before and the other person was closed off. It's like you're almost triggering each other. I do feel like someone is talking about wanting to have more stability, perhaps with you. And you're really just trying to figure out, how can I get this? How can I have this Empress energy? How can I have comfort and security? It feels like there's some sort of change here. I'm actually going to clarify this Eight of Wands. Interesting. Whoa, okay. Judgment. And the Ten of Swords. This is totally talking about... I really feel like this person in the past, some of you did cut this person out. And if that's the case, if you are part of that group, I'm getting two kind of streams here. I feel like this person might be coming back. And it's not necessarily to get back together with you or to try and just go back to the way things were. That's really ultimately up to you. How that goes. It's almost like this old energy is coming back to kind of help you heal. I do feel like there's definitely a need for you to forgive. And it's not about them. Don't get mad at me. Forgiveness is never about the other person. I mean, that's not true, but forgiveness in this situation is about freeing yourself. It's about ending your own suffering here. There's a lot of black and white thinking that's been going on. But there is this message coming in. It could be the case for the other half of you that you are ending something. You are cutting someone out. It's like, last call. This is your last chance, and this person doesn't take it, and you cut them out. That's kind of what I'm getting with these two. And maybe that's why you're withdrawing a little bit, as this hermit energy. Empress is kind of interesting, though. I feel like some of you are trying to figure out who is actually supporting you. You might feel a little isolated, a little alone. Who actually has my back in this situation? Hanged Man and Two of Wands. Yeah, this is definitely looking out into the future, this Empress energy. I really do feel like Empress here is talking about you wanting to feel comfortable, wanting to feel at home in yourself. And you're feeling really stuck, some of you, as this Hanged Man. But it's also about looking into the future. And that's kind of what Mercury retrograde does. It makes us stop and think. If your car breaks down, it's giving you a chance to think. If your flight gets delayed, it's giving you a chance to think. And also reflect, how is this possibly a silver lining? How is this possibly benefiting me? Because Mercury retrograde is always working in your favor. It might not feel like it, but it's actually showing you what needs to be refined, what needs to be perfected. Just like how my first video with you didn't get saved, it wasn't the right video. There was something wrong about it. There was something off. And right now, even though it feels like there's this delay, the Hanged Man does also speak about looking into the future. It's about divination. The traditional card for this art, or the traditional art for this card, is actually Odin. He's hanging himself upside down. This is what he did actually to learn how to read runes. He needed to gain a different perspective. And I see you're doing a lot of thinking, a lot of reflection in the first half of November. How do I get the stability I want? How do I get this relationship I want? I feel like it's kind of in the future for most of you. This doesn't feel like something that's going to happen for this group right away. We're definitely looking down the road. I think right now we're focused on stability. We're focused on finding our light again. Because you've definitely been kind of flickering here, going back to this firefly from the past. There's been this flickering energy. You're trying to find this inner fire. Interesting. What is the animal wisdom for Cancer for the first half of November? Animal wisdom for Cancer, first half of November. The rabbit and the starfish. So the rabbit is kind of this energy of being paralyzed with fear. Your thoughts might be racing, getting away from you. It's really important to just get present, and the best way to do that with the rabbit card is to just go outside and listen. Just listen to the world around you, listen to the birds, listen to the wind, listen to the trees, listen to the cars, the planes. Don't judge any of it. Just allow it to be there. Just listen. And as you're doing this, you'll kind of naturally feel yourself relaxing, coming back into the present moment. Some of you, I almost feel like for some of you, someone was talking too much. Someone was saying too much, maybe out of nerves, out of fear. Could actually be energy around you with this starfish. This can kind of be emotionally vampiric energy or superficial energy. It can be very beautiful at times, the starfish, but I'm really getting more of the negative shadow side, given the situation. It's like someone who takes away, just talking, not listening. Someone needs to listen more. And I see that you're kind of just in this receptive mode right now, Cancer. So maybe it's you that's listening. Interesting. It's really important for you to find out who supports you. We were talking about that earlier. To bring this energy into balance, it's about finding supportive people, supportive friends. Interesting. We are now looking at the second half of November for you. Interesting. The Tower. Sorry, Cancer. Seven of Cups. And the Fool. My readings are nothing if not honest. I will say that. I'm not going to hold back. I see a Tower moment. I think for some of you, it's already begun. Maybe you're still just in the midst of this. I almost see this, though, as like walls are coming down. Someone has to open up here. It's like unavoidable. I gotta be honest. And again with these lightning bolts, something happening kind of unexpectedly. I actually do feel like this tower can be averted. We do have the Seven of Cups. And the Fool card kind of together. Be really careful to not make a reckless decision in the second half of November. Don't jump into anything. Something might not be what it seems. I want to clarify the tower. What is the tower about? Why is the tower here? The devil. Self-sabotage. Cancer. Didn't we? I feel like we had kind of a similar, like, talk last month. This Neptune direct, it is really, really important for you. I'm just going to say this. You need to be very blunt and honest with yourself this month. How are you sabotaging yourself? Don't go looking to the people around you. How are you sabotaging yourself? You're choosing these people to interact with these people or talk to these people or keep them in your life or something. Or maybe you're cutting these people out. I don't know. However you're engaging with them, what are you doing? This could be involving a Capricorn for some of you with the devil energy. But I really feel like, Cancer, you're kind of on an edge here with this Fool card. And I feel like for some of you, you're on this edge and you're going to fall in one direction or the other. Something's going to come to fruition. You're already snowballed to the point where it's like this tower is unavoidable. Others of you, this is something you can avoid. But you need to be really honest with yourself. With the Seven of Cups showing up in your heart, I feel like you haven't been honest with yourself. Wow. I'm going to pull a color healing card after this. I'm not just going to leave you hanging. I promise, Cancer. But I feel like this is a really important message some of you do need to take to heart. We were talking about this for the astrology. This month really is about figuring out how you are not serving yourself, how you're self-sabotaging, how you're holding yourself back. Interesting. These two have been showing up in a lot of readings, the Hawk and Cobra. There is a change that is coming. Your intuition is very, very strong. You do also have the Crow. Oops. So we have the cobra, hawk, and the crow. Some of you are going through a major perspective shift. That's what's being asked of you. Like, if this is resonating, there's something you need to shift within yourself too. It's not just this situation outside of you. It's the way you look at life, the way you look at the world. That's what all of these are really about. Some of you are going to have a really intense psychic or spiritual awakening with this Tower card. And with the Devil, it can really come with some hardships, some changes. Oftentimes we are catalyzed by the trials of our life. We have to go through the dark night of the soul. In this case, for some of you, you don't need to go through it, but for those of you where this is kind of an inevitable end, you know something is ending, there's just this ominous feeling of ending. Like in the first half of November, you had the Eight of Wands clarified with the Ten of Swords. Some of you are already aware of what is coming to an end. And it's time to get honest with yourself. Really connect. Really embody your higher self. Embody your spirit. That's going to be really important for you. I do feel like for some of you though, I'm just saying, there is a spiritual awakening. Some of you might get psychic abilities. I know that sounds kind of unusual. That can sometimes be indicated with the Tower though, a sudden awakening. Others of you could also be a spiritual teacher or advisor, maybe a reader, maybe a message. Could just be you taking in a new way of thinking, new philosophies, something like that. Maybe you're practicing a new type of meditation, or maybe you are exploring yoga for the first time. Something. Take your spirituality seriously. Okay, color healing card. Let's see. And I just want to say, if you feel like you're struggling with this energy, all three of these animals can help you. They're really great spirit guides for that. The hawk is all about seeing. Cobra is about divine timing as well. Pausing, waiting, meditating. So is crow. Crow is about meditation too, but also a lot of clairvoyance, a lot of looking into the future, seeing the past. I think you're really being forced to look at yourself, Cancer, and just look at your situation. Be honest. Why would you choose this? Assume you just chose it. I do believe in the law of attraction, but obviously we don't choose to have a Tower moment. No one is going to choose to have their life fall apart. But for the sake of the game, why would you choose to have your life fall apart? Just write down whatever comes to mind and circle the answers. Maybe you lost your job because actually you were miserable there and it felt like you were suffocating and you just needed to get out of there, but you were too afraid. And then circle those things. Circle the things that really stand out to you. And then kind of write the inverse of that. I am choosing to find a job that makes me feel good or that I feel comfortable at. Work with that however it applies. I really feel like there's these, you have to play games like this with yourself right now to really understand yourself and your life. Okay, we got 2 here. Lavender, connect to the body, mind, and soul. And then cyan, build up your confidence. Yeah, there's a lot of really big energy around you. You have these queens, these kings, or fathers and mothers as represented in the Wild Unknown Tarot. And I feel like they almost make you feel a little dwarfed. So I do feel like it is important for you to build up your confidence here. I'm going to read these from the book. They offer a guided visualization or meditation to perform with these colors. I've actually been doing an art therapy journal with them. I've been using those colors to create a picture and then writing down affirmations for myself. So really, what you can do with this is up to your own is limited to your own imagination. But just kind of working with these colors, just keeping them around you or wearing them, using them in some productive way is a great way to heal yourself throughout this really tense energy here. So lavender is a subtle color that sharpens your intuitive abilities, brings out leadership qualities, and strengthens the connection between your body, mind, and spirit. Lavender also helps boost your immune system and assist with the healing process. Connect to heaven and earth with lavender threads of light. To feel whole, you need to experience the connections between your body, mind, and soul. Imagine a lavender thread of light that links your body to your mind and your mind to your soul. Observe how this lavender thread connects your feet to the energy of the earth and your mind to the higher realm. Focus on the joy of being yourself, in touch with heaven while on earth. Say, Divine Spirit, strengthen my connection to my own divinity and allow me to see the divinity in others. And then we have cyan here. Build your confidence. Cyan strengthens your confidence and belief in yourself, balancing the systems of your body and giving you clarity in times when you need to make choices. It also helps release stress to attain peace and relaxation and can be very helpful in fine-tuning your communication abilities. Build your confidence with the help of a cyan circle. Close your eyes and take a deep, slow breath in. As you breathe out, allow yourself to completely let go of all the stress and tension in your body. Take in another slow breath and visualize a deep cyan color filling your body. Then, as you breathe out, relax. Imagine a big cyan circle in front of you, focusing on different qualities that make a person feel confident. They might be things like knowing what you are doing, feeling good about yourself, feeling happy, getting what you want, and so on. Place all these qualities into the cyan circle, and then visualize stepping into the circle yourself. Breathe in all of those qualities, allowing yourself to become more confident and empowered. When you feel completely confident, clap your hands 3 times. Say, I now embrace my confidence, happiness, and clarity, and walk out from the circle. From now on, every time you need an extra boost, clap your hands together 3 times and breathe in confidence from your cyan circle. Interesting. So I do hope that these were helpful for you. Again, I do feel like there is this thing about clarifying your psychic abilities and also speaking up for yourself as well. I know communication was really strange, kind of strained at the start of this reading, so there might be some conversations that you need to have. For some of you, this tower moment could actually be a conversation that you've been avoiding, or a confrontation, just saying. I do hope that this reading was helpful. I apologize it was a bit heavy. I do hope the color healing cards helped. Definitely hit like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments what's going on for you. I might not be able to reply, but I do try and read all of them. Let me know if these color healing cards were helpful for you. Again, all of my links for personal readings, Reiki sessions are down below in the description box if you want some personalized assistance. Maybe some Reiki could be helpful for you moving through this energy as well. I am wishing you the best of luck, Cancer, and I will see you in the next video. Good luck.